This is the magical journey of a caterpillar who went in search of some delicious leaves to eat. But instead he found an even more amazing adventure. This is the incredible story of the butterfly. Once upon a time, in a lush green garden filled with all kinds of beautiful flowers, there lived a little caterpillar. He was very small and very hungry, so he decided to go out into the garden to look for some nice juicy leaves to eat. As he moved from leaf to leaf, nibbling on them, he saw a big sign that said, "Beware, this garden is guarded by a grumpy frog." The caterpillar didn't believe it. How could such a tiny frog be grumpy? And why would he want to guard a garden anyway? He thought. But the caterpillar didn't want to upset the frog, so he decided to keep quiet and continue eating his leaves. Suddenly, he heard a loud croaking sound and jumped in fright. There, sitting on a rock, was the frog. Well, what do we have here?" "A delicious-looking caterpillar," said the frog with a big smile. The caterpillar panicked and started to run away as fast as he could. He ran over flower bushes and under trees until he finally reached a big bush full of juicy leaves. There he sat down to catch his breath and eat a little. But then he heard the same croaking sound again. "Oh, no, not again," he cried. Out popped the frog. "You can't hide from me forever, little caterpillar," he said. And before the caterpillar could even think of a response, the frog had him in his mouth and swallowed him whole. Inside the frog's belly, it was dark and cold. And after a while, the caterpillar started to feel very sick. "I'm never going to escape from this frog," he thought sadly. "I should have listened to that sign. Now I'm just going to be frog food." Just then, the caterpillar saw a little hole in the frog's belly. So he started to push against it with all his might. After a while, the hole grew bigger and bigger until finally the caterpillar was able to squeeze himself through it. He landed on a soft surface and looked around. It was a warm and sunny place, completely different from the dark and cold frog's belly. And as he looked around, he saw the most beautiful things. All around him were all kinds of brightly colored butterflies fluttering about. They were all shapes and sizes, and their wings were decorated with all kinds of bright colors and patterns. One of the butterflies noticed the caterpillar and flew over to him. "Hello," she said kindly. "Welcome to our butterfly meadow." The caterpillar couldn't believe his eyes. Are you real?" he asked. "Of course I'm real," the butterfly said, laughing. "What makes you ask that?" The caterpillar hesitated for a moment, then whispered, I don't feel very good. I think I might be sick." The butterfly noticed how the caterpillar was shivering and how his body was turning darker and darker. "Oh my goodness," she cried. "You're turning into a butterfly." The caterpillar looked at her in confusion. "What? How?" he asked. The butterfly smiled. "Don't you know? When a caterpillar is done growing, he builds himself a cozy little house called a chrysalis. Then he takes a long nap inside of it, and when he wakes up, he's a beautiful butterfly." The caterpillar couldn't believe what the butterfly was telling him. "Me? A butterfly? But I've never seen a caterpillar turn into one before. How can I be sure?" The butterfly laughed again. "Just wait and see," she said. "It's going to be the best adventure ever." And then she flew away to join the other butterflies. The caterpillar looked at her as she disappeared into the colorful crowd. He felt a strange mix of fear and excitement inside of him. What if he wasn't a caterpillar anymore? What if he didn't know how to be a butterfly? Would the other butterflies accept him? The caterpillar took a deep breath and tried to calm himself down. "It's going to be fine," he whispered. "It's going to be the best adventure ever." And then he closed his eyes and went to sleep. When he woke up, the first thing he noticed was that he didn't feel like a caterpillar anymore. His body felt lighter and his skin felt softer and smoother. He opened his eyes and gasped in amazement. His body was now the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. He had wings. Not just any wings, but the most colorful wings he could imagine. They were decorated with all kinds of bright colors and patterns, and they shimmered and sparkled in the sunlight. The caterpillar, or rather the butterfly, flew out of the chrysalis and into the air. He joined the other butterflies in their dance around the colorful flowers. He flew higher and higher, feeling the wind beneath his wings. And as he looked down, he saw the world from a completely new perspective. He could see the lush green garden below him, with its colorful flowers and tall trees. He could see the river winding through the landscape like a silver ribbon. And he could see the mountains in the distance, standing tall and proud against the blue sky. From that day on, the butterfly lived in the butterfly meadow with all its colorful inhabitants. He spent his days flying around the flowers, drinking sweet nectar and dancing in the sun. And he spent his nights sleeping with all the other butterflies, telling stories and laughing. He was no longer the scared little caterpillar. He was now a beautiful butterfly, and he was loved and accepted by all the other butterflies. One day, while the butterflies were dancing around the flowers, one of them suddenly cried out in pain. "I'm not feeling well," she whispered. "I think I'm going to die." The butterflies were shocked. They had never seen one of them get sick before. "What can we do?" they asked. The wise old butterfly, who had seen many seasons come and go, spoke up. "There's only one thing we can do," she said. "We must take the dying butterfly to the great tree. Only the great tree has the power to heal us." The butterflies carried their sick friend to the biggest and oldest tree in the forest. They laid her down on a soft bed of leaves and sang her a song of healing. The butterfly closed his eyes and listened to the beautiful melody. Suddenly, he heard a voice. "Why have you brought me here?" he asked. The butterflies opened their eyes and gasped in surprise. Standing in front of them was a huge, beautiful butterfly. Its wings were the size of a blanket, and its colors were so bright, they shimmered like 1,000 stars. "Great butterfly," one of the young butterflies asked, "please help our friend. She is dying." The great butterfly nodded. "Of course," he said. "I will help you." And with that, he waved his magic wand and healed the sick butterfly. "Thank you, great butterfly," the young butterflies cried. "You have saved her life." The great butterfly smiled. "You are welcome," he said. "Now go and tell all the butterflies that they must never lose hope. Even in the darkest of times, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel." And with that, the butterflies flew back to the meadow, carrying the message of hope with them. From that day on, the butterflies never forgot the great butterfly's words. Whenever one of them felt sad or scared, he or she would remember there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. The end.